Dominican will get a chance to take part in the Maroon Awards. Going against Master seemed so impossible, and at the same time, I would have loved to give that a try. I recall my grandmother telling me about a revolt that took place some years back. It lasted about, say, 5 years. But I didn't think anything of it. I assumed it never happened, or nothing good came of it. I mean, I'm not calling her crazy, but at the same time, I'm still here sweeping this floor, ain't I? I heard some slaves trying to break free, but that was just hearsay from that old boy ways up the road. So when we finally snuck up from the morning room, oh, I knew our time had come. We were gonna have Dominica jumping, baby, yes! We fought and fought and fought until finally they gave up and they abolished slavery altogether. They realized they were either gonna let us go or we'll just turn this alley upside down. If it weren't for hard-working and determined slaves like myself, women like Virginia Charles, the first female prime minister of Dominica, would have never gotten the chance to take part and show her true potential. Tonight, I, Quenisha Cobb, come to you as an adopted representative of one of nature's most beautiful treasures, Dominica.
Let me tell you all about my busser. As a husband, he was a good man. But as a warrior, my busser was even better. As head ranger at Bailey's plantation, my busser had more freedom than the average slave. And in between those hard work days, my busser was planning our freedom. After the Imperial Registry Bill was not passed, this gave my busser even more fuel to fight for freedom. We fought and we pushed through the white man until we couldn't anymore. My busser died. My busser died in all the chaos, but his legacy will live on forever in Bim, also known as the vibrant island of Barbados. His revolt has paved the way for so many successful black women, including Leah Marvell, former Miss Barbados World, actress, journalist, and attorney at law. Therefore, it would only be right that I, Caitlin Rose Corbett, your contestant number 2.
Swords clashing, whoosh! Gunpowder blasting, I'm gonna win! The moans and whimpers of thousands of injured troops. These were the sounds that remained constant during those many years of war. I am a lieutenant of the magnificent Toussaint Louverture who led the Haitian Revolution. I can recall many great battles in which his leadership led to victories that not only freed slaves, but also increased his number of supporters. Toussaint ouvrit une opportunité pour Haïtiens qui esclavés. Translation, Toussaint opened up many opportunities for Haitians who were once enslaved. He did anything to ensure the freedom of himself and his people, and his efforts will never be forgotten years after his existence. Shauntia Lynch is a musician that empowers Haitian people through his music and philanthropy. I consider him my modern-day Toussaint, as he's been there to raise money and support for Haiti in times of need, such as tragic earthquake aftermath. It is proud Haitian descendants like Wycliffe who Toussaint had in mind when he formed the foundation of our great nation. Toussaint paved the way for me to be able to stand before nous tout à swear. Moi-même, I, a 19-year-old, first-year sophomore, majoring in biology, speaking now at the University of Central Florida, would not exist if it weren't for Toussaint. I would not be able to represent the resilient, powerful Port-au-Prince of IET. And my name is Laurent Booz, your contestant numéro 1.
would make great replacements. Well, we come from a long line of wealthy nobles, and we are very powerful in St. John, USVI. What do I look like, working in fields, cleaning houses, and taking care of babies? It didn't take long for our leader, King Jude, to plan a revolt. We had enough. We pulled out our hidden knives and killed as many of those slave masters as we could. We showed our owners who was boss, and they struggled to flee to other islands to avoid our wrath. Freedom is what we were fighting for. It is because of this violent protest that women like Lucinda Miller, the first Black female elected into the Virgin Islands legislature, were able to achieve their goals. Her drive and determination have proven to me that I, Jasmine Rosemary Pasley Jones, your contestant number 3.
Have you ever heard of the Maroons? Well, have you?
Yeah.
Well, I was one of them. Some describe me as a wiry old woman, and no one dared look in my piercing eyes. I was Nanny of the Maroons. I was always in trouble, and nobody could tell me nothing. Shortly after the British brought us slaves to Jamaica, I heard the Maroons were taking a stand up in the hill. So I had to help out. Up that hill I went, and next thing you know, I was the leader of these here Maroons. We were relentless. We were powerful. And we fought to get the right to govern ourselves. It was our perseverance, our determination, our strength that has paved the way for many individuals to come, including Jamaica's first female Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Portia Simpson Miller. I stand before you, a woman that goes by the name of Bridget Brittany Berry, or Triple B, if you will. And as an 18-year-old freshman at the University of Central Florida, my aspirations to become an anesthesiologist are bigger than me. But I'm not scared, because I have that Maroon blood flowing through my veins. I am your contestant number 4.
Seems like just yesterday, back home on my majestic island of St. Croix, United States Virgin Islands, that I was a part of a successful slave revolt for emancipation, led by free man and my friend, John Gotti. But before that, slaves like myself throughout the island had grown tired of our menial lives and decided it was time to fight. Starting on a hot summer night, John and I gathered hundreds of slaves to march down to the fort and demand our freedom. You should have seen what happened the next morning. By the time I woke up, over 8,000 slaves throughout the island had joined us in a peaceful demonstration for our emancipation. When the governor arrived and attempted to restore order to the island, we gave him until 4 p.m. that day to grant our freedom, because we were in charge now. And he did. On that day, all the slaves were declared free. My God. You should have seen the joy that was on our faces that day. It was the struggles of my ancestors, such as Hubert Harrison, one of the most prominent figures of early Harlem activism, endured to place me in the position I am in today. I am Cabrell Moorhead, your contestant number 2. 39 lashes.
That's what he endured for us. After that night, Master Rowe woke us up to leave the Exuma. All I wanted to do was to get back to my family. We overheard both men saying that we were being sent to Cat Island, and that is when the great Pompey stepped up. He organized the men to steal the boat and head to Nassau. It was no secret that our governor was truly sympathetic to the slave struggle. And after weeks and weeks of waiting, we were finally sent back. We arrived at the plantation exhausted but overjoyed. I had never hugged my brothers and sisters so tight in my life. And at just the very sight of us, the other slaves dropped their tools and started partying. And boy, you know us Bahamians love to party. But things got so out of hand that the authorities were called in. And Pompey refused to see anyone else harmed over his actions. So he took the punishment. 39 lashes was the first step to the emancipation of the Bahamas in 1834. 39 lashes was the first step for people like Andre Rogers. He was the first Bahamian ever to play in the U.S. Major Leagues. He played shortstop for teams like the New York Giants, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Chicago Cubs, adding up to an impressive 11-year career. 39 lashes is why I can stand before you today, representing the dynamic, the breathtaking, and the exhaustingly beautiful Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Chelsea Lynette Graham. I am 20 years old, a sophomore here at the University of Central Florida, majoring in accounting. And I am your contestant number 5.
The situation of life is one thing I, Samuel Sharp, cannot understand. Daily, my Jamaican people are shamefully undignified by the oppression of our supposed masters, who don't even allow possession of our own bodies. The way they expose, mutilate, and sell us off as if we're no better than livestock. They force us to work these lands that we live upon and offer us zero compensation. They rape our wives. They rape your daughters for the sole purpose of drawing us into a larger workforce. They force themselves into the position of our lives that only God should hold. No man can serve 2 masters. And that is why I refuse to succumb any further to their demands. And I urge all of you to stand with me in what I had hoped to be a peaceful resolution. But when I learned of the British Parliament's proposals to eradicate slavery, and I witnessed the reaction of our captors, I knew the bottom had fallen down. But our freedom, it belongs to we, but we will never have it in our grasp if we do not fight. I may die today, but this situation is not over. I would rather die upon yonder gallows than to live in slavery. If it was not for the actions of remarkable men such as Samuel Sharp, Jamaica would never have become what it is today. A person such as Leonard Percival Gong Powell, who is credited for starting the great Rastafarian movement in Jamaica, would never have received such an opportunity for greatness. I am Lamar Almighty, here representing St. Catherine, Jamaica.